Expendables 3?
Yeah, I'm fortunate actually that we did TUF for this season. So exactly while I'm going to be gone is while TUF is going to be playing, and so in that kind of time zone, all my media stuff is going to be taken care of, and it just so happens that like my training, everything will be really easy to kind of, well, relatively easy to move everything over there. They've been very very accommodating, and yeah, I also really lucked out that that Silva and Wyman are carrying really the card, so I don't really have to worry so much. I can go and kind of the time that I spent doing all that extra media stuff to promote the last fight, I can just put into this project and kind of take it easy on everything else. So it's just as much work, I think, as the last fight. It's just different.
Can you tell us what kind of role it is and where it's filming?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say anything yet. I don't really want to give anything away. I don't want to get in trouble, man. I just got hired.
Where are you filming? Can you say that?
I don't know.
Okay. You must be looking forward to it, though. It's a be interacting with quite a few stars on that.
Yeah. It's a lot of people that will be very important to impress. So I'm gonna try really hard.
Your life must be just absolutely chaotic now. How do you stay focused and grounded?
It's hard. I just try to keep up constant people, like base group of people around me, and so it's not just like an ongoing conveyor belt of like a circus or everything like passing by. So yeah, I just try to train as much as possible and keep the same like core people around just to have constants. I think that's the most important thing is keeping some things constant because everything else is constantly changing. I have no schedule really. Everything's all over the place all the time. So everyone's like, "Oh my God, what are you gonna do about doing this movie thing?" And everything's gonna be so different. You're not gonna be able to train like normal. And I'm like, none of my training's ever normal. We're just always trying to make it work. So we're gonna make this work.
When it's announced that you're going to be in a movie, everybody immediately says, "Where she goes Hollywood?" You know, are you sick of that question? You've been getting it now for about a year. Are you kind of like, why do I have to keep proving myself that this is what I want to do, that I want to fight?
No, I like that people are doubting me and that I'm just challenging myself a little bit more because I think a lot of people were discounting Misha a little bit for this fight, and I think this is also another perfect way to get more people thinking that, oh, maybe Ronda's going to Hollywood and she's not, you know, she's going all Rocky 3 on it, and like she might get upset by Misha. So I think it'll actually like help the fight total. I don't know where I'm going with this. I actually forgot what the question was. I lost my tangent.
Well, I mean, are those concerns even a little bit legitimate? I mean, what if you go into Hollywood and you love acting? I mean, could it draw you even a little bit away from fighting?
I think that one has a shorter shelf life than the other, and so fighting's going to have 100% of my concentration and priority for as long as I can do it. But I can only do it for so long, and so I kind of have to think about having an exit strategy at some point because I didn't do that for judo, and then after I was done, I was just pretty much screwed, and I had nothing else waiting for me. And so I think it's awesome to have the opportunity to actually explore some other options while I'm still situated in my fighting career. So I don't think there's anything wrong to prepare.
Had you wanted to do acting in the past? Have you taken any acting lessons? Are they in your future?
Well, when I was coming up like through amateur MMA, Gene LaBelle, who was one of my coaches I've known since I was like a little baby, and he's one of the most famous stuntmen ever. And so I would just get odd stunt jobs when I was trying to come up and just pick up some money. And just, from judo, I can fall anywhere. I can like fall on the concrete and be fine. So I would just pretty much be a professional faller, and people would hire me, and I'd come and I'd face plant a couple of times, and make some money. And so I just kind of think of it as stunts with lines. And it's nice to be able to start trying something else that I have no knowledge about, because that's kind of what really made me really passionate about MMA from the beginning. Is I kind of had the judo thing down, and just having like a whole new project that I was completely ignorant of that took like a lot of attention. It really motivated me a lot, and so I'm kind of getting really into the next thing a little bit, I guess.
Did it come out of the blue, the offer? Come out of the blue?
A little bit. I mean, you hear things, but I never really believe anyone or anything until it's like concrete. So it being like concrete kind of came out of the blue.
Cyborg Santos just won another fight, and I know you're focusing on Miesha Tate and probably others in the UFC, but a lot of people still want to see that fight one day. Is she still on your radar? Is she somebody you want to prove yourself against?
I mean, yeah, she's always on my radar, but I have a really, really full plate right now, and she has nothing to worry about but me. And so she needs to get off her ass and try to make that fight happen and actually come up with a promotion and make it a little easy for me because I got a lot of things going on. And she's just fighting random chicks that, I mean, when's the last time, I mean, Marlou, I mean, it took her longer and more energy to beat Marlou than it took Misha. So, I mean, and I'm thinking about it in like algebraic sense. It's only really the MMA diehards that are really, really looking forward to that fight. And I have so many things going on. And if she really wants to make that fight happen, I'm here. I've always been ready for it. But like I said before, it's no coincidence to me that like a few days after they announced out of competition drug testing in the UFC, she asked for a release. And the UFC was going to allow her to fight in Invicta and whatever promotion she wanted. But as long as there's drug testing, I don't think that she's going to be here.
Ronda, I got here a little late, so I apologize if you've already been asked this.
You better apologize up front.
When the movie offer came, was there any conversation along the lines of will this interfere with training for the next fight? Like, how did that all work out?
Yeah, it was my first concern, and they've been extremely accommodating. And I'm going to be able to move people from my camp over where I'm going to be at filming, and I'm going to be training all the way through this. If I was able to have 3 jobs and train all at the same time, I can have one other job and train at the same time. It's just in a, kind of like a different location. It's going to make it a little difficult, but I can multitask. I do it all the time.
Are you done filming the show now, the TV show?
Yeah, thank God.
What was the experience like?
I adore my team. I adore my kids that I had, but I don't think you could pay me $10 million to do it again. They purposely they kind of go for the drama aspect a little bit by forcing you to be around somebody that you can't stand all the time and you can't do anything about it, anything that anyone does, because you're constantly being watched. So it's like you're purposely put into a situation that's really going to unnerve you. So I just don't like being purposely put in an environment where I'm going to be provoked. So it's nice to get home.
Did Misha Tate and you know that you guys did the show? You guys have more of a hate on for each other after being beside each other for a long period of the time, or you saw with John Jones and Chael Sonnen, they seemed to have gotten along a little bit better when they did the show. Was it different for you guys?
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah. Didn't happen. You guys didn't kiss and make up at all. No.
We're not going to be making cupcakes together anytime soon.
No.
No.
All right, guys. Thanks, Ronda.
Thanks.